I took a wrong turn and ended up exactly where I needed to be. Some roads feel like they remember you better than people do. We were driving back late. Me, my girlfriend asleep next to me, and Havana. Our 2.5-year-old dog curled up on the passenger side like she owned it. The air was cool, the sky was moonless. The kind of night where the world seems to shrink down to just your headlights and your thoughts. The GPS had rerouted us off the main road to avoid traffic. I took the turn without thinking. But once we were a few kilometers in, it started to feel like the road had taken me. There was nothing memorable about it visually. Flat, straight. Just trees on either side and the kind of quiet that gets under your skin. But something about it started pressing on a part of me I hadn't felt in a long time. A pressure behind the ribs. A heaviness that wasn't about tiredness. That's when I saw someone up ahead, a man on the side of the road, not waving. Not panicked, just standing there, calm. I slowed down, and as the lights caught his face, I nearly forgot to breathe. Marko? He smiled. Hey, Petar. I pulled over. Gravel crunching beneath the tires. Havana perked her ears but didn't growl. Just looked at him like he belonged there. I got out. Marko looked older, like me, but his posture was the same, relaxed but alert. He always had this way of noticing everything without needing to talk about it. I hadn't seen him since we were maybe 11. He was never the loud kind of friend. We didn't climb trees or build forts or throw water balloons at girls. We just talked, in hallways, on slow walks after school. We'd found each other because neither of us liked pretending, to be interested in the things everyone else seemed obsessed with. I never played with Lego. He didn't play soccer. We found connection in the quiet places between everything. And this road, this one exactly, was where we used to walk together. After school, before the streetlights came on. It cut behind the newer blocks and curved near an old train yard that doesn't exist anymore. We used to sit on a cracked bench back there and talk about things that felt too big to say out loud anywhere else. Like where we'd be in 20 years, like whether anyone would still remember us. Like what it meant to feel invisible, even when surrounded by people. And then one day he was just gone. No explanation, no warning. He didn't move away in the way that kids usually do, with boxes and teary goodbyes. He just disappeared. Empty seat in class. No forwarding address. I asked once, maybe twice, but no one had answers. And I didn't push. I just let him vanish. Now here he was, on this road again, like no time had passed. I never got to say goodbye, he said. His voice hadn't changed. Still soft. Still grounded. He looked toward the road, like it was familiar too. I didn't even know you'd left, I said. I know, he said. But you remembered this road. I didn't mean to, but something in you did. You came back when you needed to. That's what this place was always for. I didn't understand what he meant. Not fully. Not yet. But he kept going. You used to talk to me when no one else did. You let me be quiet without making me feel wrong for it. You asked real questions, and when my life was going to hell, you didn't even know it, but you gave me a place to be safe. I looked away. That lump in my throat was back. You helped me carry something I didn't have words for back then. Now I'm here to return the favor. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because I didn't know what to do with the ache in my chest. I'm fine, I said automatically. No, he said gently. You're functional. He looked at me like I'd said something untrue about my own body, like he saw the scaffolding inside me for what it really was. You've been unraveling slowly for a while, he said. You show up. You get the work done. You hold conversations, but inside you're bone-tired. Worn down by the pressure to keep it together, and no one sees it. Not the way I do. I didn't answer because he wasn't wrong. I'd been going through the motions, delivering on expectations, solving problems, nodding along in meetings, but something deeper had been leaking out of me. Something I hadn't told anyone about. That feeling like the floor could give out any second. that brittle edge just beneath the surface of every task, every social obligation, every smile. "You've convinced everyone you're okay?" he said, "Even her." He gestured toward the car. "But you're not." I felt something hot building behind my eyes. Then he glanced at the passenger seat. "She knows, though," he said, nodding at Havana. "She's keeping you tethered, every day. You think she's just a good companion, but she's more than that. She pulls you out of the fog, reminds you there's joy and safety, even in tiny moments." I looked at her through the window. She was watching me, tail tapping once, then still, like she understood every word. "You've got more strength than you give yourself credit for," he said. "But strength isn't the same as not needing help. I don't know what to do," I said quietly. "You don't need to do anything tonight. Just feel it. Let yourself stop pretending for once. That's why I'm here." He looked back down the road, and for the first time I realized something. He didn't look like someone visiting. He looked like someone returning home. "You came back now because you knew I was close to breaking." He nodded. "This was our place. You were most you here, before you learned to hide. I figured maybe if you came back, you'd remember how to come back to yourself." I took a step forward, but he was already backing away, not vanishing, not disappearing, just walking into the dark, like someone leaving a room that wasn't theirs to stay in. I watched until I couldn't anymore. Then I got into the car. My girlfriend stirred and squeezed my hand, still half asleep. Havana leaned gently against my leg with that quiet, solid love that doesn't ask questions. We drove. The road didn't feel hollow anymore, just quiet, real, steady. I don't know what Marko was, memory, ghost, guardian. All I know is that I needed him, and somehow, he knew exactly where to find me. That's the thing about the right kind of friendship. Even when time and distance tear it from the surface, something underneath remembers, a hidden map, a place. He came back to remind me I'm not alone in this, that I never really was, and that sometimes saving someone doesn't look like a grand act. Sometimes it looks like showing up on the side of the road, right when the silence gets too loud. If you enjoyed the story, consider subscribing, but don't blame me if you can't sleep tonight. Until next time, keep the lights on and the doors locked. Goodbye.